Only you don't see the potential you have. Oftentimes, people around you, they see the potential that you have. They're either hoping that you see it as they see it, or they hoping that you don't see it because they don't want you to understand the power that you have with your potential. You see, people can't make you understand who you are. You have to already understand who you are. Or you have to force yourself to be able to understand who you are. People are just going to be people. Oftentimes, I always say, people are too busy worrying about them to spend time trying to tell you what you need to be doing with yourself. But you got to understand, you don't allow your light to be hid under a bush. You got to let everybody see it. Your mother want to see it. Your father want to see it. A stranger around the world who don't know you, they want to see it because some people just want to see great things. And you, as somebody who's humble, a lot of us, sometimes we say things like, I'm not special. I'm nothing special. I see the world differently. I'm an optimist or something like that. Well, sometimes I always say optimist or opportunist because instead of you always seeing things that the world may see, you oftentimes see it a little bit differently. And that's your gift because you can then paint a picture. Your picture that you paint in your head can become a vision that you try to achieve in real time, in reality. And that's a gift. That humbleness, that optimism, that opportunist within you puts you in a position where you can always be great. You can always figure things out. And a lot of people love that about you. But you have to love that about yourself first. You have to put that first and foremost. Just because it seems like you're not doing anything right doesn't mean you're not doing something. Just give it time. Keep going. You're not wasting time, so everything will be fine. The clock is always ticking. You can always keep going. You can always get better. You can always learn from something that you thought wasn't of value back then, and it will be of even more value as you continue to grow, and it compounds, that compounding interest. The one thing about it is, the only way you're going to let your potential surface is if you work hard, even when you don't feel like doing it. Sometimes I don't feel like doing a lot of things, and I still say, get your ass up and let's work. Get your ass up and let's push. Get your ass up and let's change something, because if you want something to change, guess what you have to do? You have to change. I have to change. If I want something more, I have to do more. I know less is more, but my perception about less is more is less trying to change who you are, less trying to change the process, the plan, the strategy, more of doing the same strategy over and over and over and over again. Less is more. Do one thing 1,000 times, not 1,000 things once. You understand what I'm saying? Your potential depends on you. Your potential depends on your mindset. Your potential depends on your mindset. It depends on your consistency. It depends on your belief system. It depends on your surroundings, your environment. If something is not aligned with what you want, change your environment. That's possibly going to involve you working a job you don't want to get the capital to be able to move. A lot of us are not just going to wake up and have money. I said this before and I say it again. I keep seeing this trend. These trends are not our friends. If we love to say everybody can't, I'm going to reiterate it, and I'm probably going to say it in the future again. If everybody can't be rich, if everybody can't be broke, if everybody can't quit their 9 to 5, why is everybody trying to do it? Because we want something. Okay, some of us have to understand the process in which we want something is not going to be the same as somebody else's. You're not going to quit your job and achieve what you want. The goal is to make enough money to then invest so you don't have to work for anybody. But first, work for somebody to get the money. And then get enough so when you start your business or you launch whatever the hell you're going to do, you have enough time to make errors and then refine your process to correct those errors to continue to grow. You don't want to start something as soon as you make a mistake, you're going back to square one. Everybody can't do it how everybody else doing it. Do it how you do it. Your potential relies on your decision making. If you're not good at making decisions, make more decisions. You'll get better at making decisions. How do we know that? Because we've all done something in the past and we learned immediately that we shouldn't have done it. Some of us do it again. Why? That's just impulse. You're human. You have to control that too. That too is a part of decision making. It's not going to be easy. Never have, never will. And it's not ever going to be. The problem is we're not accepting reality. Now, reality is free. Fantasies will cost you. If you live in a fantasy and your fantasy is not aligning with reality, it's going to cost you every single day. And the more you live that fantasy, the longer it's going to take you to pay the price of that fantasy that you're trying to live. Reality is free. You don't owe reality anything. It's right there. Why would you not take the free? What's that old saying? If it's free, it's for me. Reality is free. It's for everyone. You might not like it, but I promise you, living a fantasy, you're not going to like those results either. Show me otherwise. Prove me wrong. I'm not here saying I know it all. I'm talking about life. Life has a way of smacking everybody in the face. I done got knocked out plenty times. I'm not sitting back watching people get knocked out. I'm talking about being knocked out. And if you think you special, sorry to tell you, you're not. Life will knock you out too. Your potential is you. How great it is on display, how great you are when you surface, when you walk the surface of performance, of being watched, of your opportunities, of your collection of decisions. That's all on you, how greater your potential will be in the eyes of others, because everybody watching, not just you, we're all watching. We're all seeing people achieve greatness. It's going to start up here first. And once it starts here, what are you doing to match what's up here? You can write a list all you want. Are you going to do it? Are you going to stick to it? You can write down 20 things you want to do and do none of them. You can write down one thing you want to do and do it every day. The moral of the story is, make sure when you write something down, you stick to it. Your potential is all about consistency and discipline. Don't sell yourself short. If you need to isolate yourself, do that. Sometimes elevation requires isolation. It's beauty in sitting in a corner and dealing with your thoughts. No music, no distractions. You have to deal with you. But once you deal with you and you master you, you get better at everything. Because you can always control you while you're dealing with everything. And that's great. That's going to ignite you to reach your full potential in life. But make no mistake, you're the only one who don't understand your potential. A lot of people see it. You just need to see it, because no matter how much they see it, they can't live it for you.